Yes, graduates, welcome to Hard Talk Podcast with HTK. Fasten your seatbelts.
Hey users and subscribers, welcome back to another episode of Hard Talk with HTK. Mighty God, what is happening in Guyanese politics? Listen, I have found the whole process very fascinating, but this looks like tactical moves, strategy, all to get rid of the Win party. It is very clear that every party is involved in this process of removing Aziz Mohammed and his team wherever possible. Ever since it has become public news that the sanction is going to affect Aziz Mohammed and his father, it seems to me that there has been an escalation in ensuring that despite winning regional elections, they will not have any say in how things are done. Wow. Aziz Mohammed came out very disappointed with the results of the Region 10 local elections. And despite the fact that in the general and regional elections for Region 10, WIN had secured 9 regional seats, Apnu only 5, PPP 3 and FGM 1, the elections for the regional chairman that took place resulted in Apnu, PPP and FGM coming together, voting for the Apnu councillor, creating a 9-9 deadlock with WIN. As a result, the final decisions now rests in the hand of the Minister of Local Government, Priya Manikchand. This again is a clear example, according to Aziz Mohammed, of a political collusion designed to block the will of the people. Boy, this look real bad. Imagine they were not prepared for this. It seems as though Aziz Mohammed is, along with his team, hoping that everybody will play a straight game. Politics is definitely dirty in Guyana because they have outsmarted him and there's nothing that he can do about it. In fact, he does not believe that it has a favorable outcome. In this recent interview, this is what Aziz Mohammed had to say.
First of all, Goring objected to the ballot, the secret ballots in Bartica. Ms. Primus just called me and said they wanted to do the secret ballot too there, but she objected to it. So when she objected to it, then they did it by the way of show hand. And right now it's 9-9. It's clearly you can see that the PPP, the APNU, and the FGM, they all voted together and WIN voted separate. Because we got 9 and APNU got 9. And with the 9, it's the 5 from APNU, the 3 from PPP, and the 1 from FGM. I don't know why all these parties are trying to work together to get WIN out. We want this region. We want this region, so we really wanted to represent the people of this region. Because you know, for years now, Region 10 has left behind. So we wanted to win the chairmanship so we could have represented the best interests of the people. But I think now the Minister of Local Government, Ms. Manikchand, she got to make the pick between Mark Goring from WIN and Dominic from APNU. So let's see who she will pick. That's what we are waiting for, to see who the PPP will pick, if they will pick Apnu.
Were you surprised by the other parties voting, PPP and FGM voting?
Yes, very much surprised, very much. I cannot believe that they would try to work together to keep WIN out. Same thing happened in Region 8. Same thing just happened. The Apnu councillor went against us and voted for the PPP. So PPP won the chairmanship in Region 8 because we had 7 seats. PPP got 7 and Apnu got 1. So they just called me and told me that the Apnu councillor went and voted for the PPP. So it looks like they are in talks. You can clearly see it. But let's wait and see what the Minister of Local Government, who she will pick
Are you optimistic that she would vote for Win, given that Win won this region?
I don't think she will give it to Win. You can see how everything is unfolding, what happened in Bartica. But we won the chairmanship in Bartica because we had extra seats there. So let's see what the Minister of Local Government, her decision is. But I know she will go with the APN because they want to keep Win out. They know that Win, no matter which government it is, Win will hold all of them accountable. They know that, so they want to keep Win out of this picture.
Thank you.
But I hope the people of Region 10 and Georgetown and all the regions can see clearly what is going on. The PPP and APNU and FGM, they are working together to keep Win out.
So what do you say to the people of Region 10 who voted for?
The people of Region 10 voted for Win. We got 10,000 votes in Region 10. 5,000 APNU got and PPP 4,000. Clearly show that they don't want none of these two parties, you know, that exist in 70 and 60 years. They don't want them. They wanted us. And we know that this elections, it wasn't free and fair too. Because we got far more than 16 seats. It wasn't free and fair. And you can see how everything went on here. The REO came here well planned. Everything was well planned. But you should have stood up and said you're not agreeing to the secret ballots, Mr. Goring.
Now, Mark Goring released a statement on the 10th of October calling for transparency and accountability in the election of regional chairman and vice chairman RDC for Region 10. He is basically stating that the Win Party was chosen by the people to serve with integrity and transparency. He says that the Win Party has nothing to hide or fear when it comes to public scrutiny, and that they believe that the people have a right to see how each councillor votes, openly, honestly, and in full view of the electorate who place their trust in them. He further continues that there were allegations suggesting that the PPPC and Apnu councillors may attempt to combine their votes to undermine the will of the majority and vote against the Win Party, despite the fact that the party has been democratically chosen to lead Region 10. He declares that such an act was a betrayal of voters' mandates and also a rejection of the principles of democracy and transparency. Listen to his response to what took place in Region 10.
First of all, I must say I'm much disappointed in the Apnu councillors who would have done a U-turn in supporting or soliciting the support of PPP and FGM to get the chairmanship. However, the REO who would have go against the procedure that's supposed to follow, whereby at the beginning I would have moved a motion and the REO disregarded that motion to have show of hands, and that was seconded. That motion is supposed to carry, and so we will challenge that. Also, the 2801 said if there's a tie at one election, the election need to go over twice, and so we still think the election need to go over again before it reaches the minister. The constitution clearly did not follow, and so I believe this election is null and void until another election for chairman, because clearly it showed that the REO, we objected and the REO do is one thing, and the REO cannot dictate to the council. Once the council sworn in, it means that the council have the power to say what the procedure of voting should be. And the constitution also said that the election had to go over twice, and there was only one wrong election. So I still believe there's another wrong of election to be held, and the minister cannot make a pronouncement on that until the next wrong of election is being held.
How do you feel about Minister Priya Manikchan having the vote to decide who becomes chairman?
Minister Manichan, I believe, is relatively fair. However, we have seen the party line. We have seen the minister of from PPP was here, and all the big wings was here, and so there was a well orchestrated plan to keep Win out. So I have no faith in Priya making a decision towards me. If she do, that will totally surprise me. However, but I don't see it happening. The plan already hatched, and the area clearly did not follow procedure. And I believe that another election need to go over before the minister can pronounce on it. The law stipulate that, and we will have to challenge that.
Now, interestingly, in the comments, there was this statement where someone was asking, can you speak on the voting for Region 4 as well? PPP had 17, Apnu had 9, Win 8, and FGM 1. They asked, why didn't you guys come together and vote for Apnu to give them the seat? In essence, you supported the PPP because they ended up with 18 seats. Interesting. Many are of the belief that Apnu is operating for personal interest and not for the interest of the Guyanese people by siding with the PPP and forming a powerful coalition.
You have to be careful what you name your children. When you give your children a name like Win, then all they focus on is winning. They ignore the other children in their class, children like cooperation, collaboration, and coalition. And this often leads to disastrous results, as we saw yesterday. Now, it is rich for anyone to come and say that in the absence of an agreement, the APNU must not push its candidates to the highest offices in the region. That is what we did, and that is what we have a right to do, and that's what our supporters expect us to do in the absence of an agreement. No, our candidate wasn't successful in Region 4, but our candidate in Region 10 did a lot better. But here is what Win is not telling you. Their own candidate in Region 10 was a deeply unpopular and arrogant candidate. Unpopular even amongst Win councillors. And this is why the other parties decided to support us. That candidate had gone on in the newspapers and claimed that they had their support. They had it in the bag just before. So Win has only its own self to blame. Now I say to Win, when you come to Parliament, don't come again trying to grab everything to win everything. Come. When you come there, you'll meet collaboration, cooperation, and coalition. Work with them.
Remember, Vice President Jack Dio had actually stated that he would prefer to work with Apnu and not Win. So it is clear that this pot was bubbling a long time, and poor Win is left unprepared for what seems like a complete ambush. This is definitely a clear case of if you can't beat them, join them. Many fingers are pointing at Norton, claiming that Norton is the weak link, and alleging that he has always worked with the PPP. Therefore, it is no surprise that for Regions 8 and 10, Apnu and PPP have worked together. It is clear that the Win Party stands by the ethics of supporting the people of Guyana and what they want. They believe in democracy. However, the politics that is taking place here shows a clear outsmarting, even using the Constitution as a rite of passage to do so. So the message is, the enemy of the enemy is my friend. Boy, oh boy, a very interesting situation happening in Guyana around their political parties and who gets which area and who sits as chairman for which area. Oh my gosh, they really just don't want Azim Mohammed at all. They don't want him. They don't want Win anywhere, and it is clear to see. People, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you believe this is about self-interest, self-preservation, and nothing to do with standing for the needs and the rights of the people? Do you believe this is about greed? Or is this because they do not wish to give Azim Mohammed any power at all? Anyway, this is your girl, Head Teacher K, and I'm out. 11 hours ago, Apnu made this statement, claiming that the rule of law and natural justice must prevail in the Mohammed tax evasion case. They claim that it would be remiss of the Apnu coalition not to publicly state its position on the recent indictment of the designated leader of the opposition, Azruddin Mohammed, and his father Nazar by a U.S. federal court on 11 charges of massive tax fraud. So basically, they must say that their decision to ride with the PPP was driven by this information, by this situation here with Azruddin Mohammed. They do not have faith in his leadership after what has taken place with the sanctions. So they are of the view that Azruddin Mohammed, considering his new political and constitutional responsibilities to the Guyanese people, must address the charges directly and openly, and that he should provide the necessary information or evidence to reassure the public of his compliance with the country's tax laws and therefore of his innocence. So in other words, Apnu is stating that them now back no scammer. That is what they are implying, right? In layman's terms. So they also stated that Mr. Azruddin Mohammed, both in the pre-election and post-election periods, claimed to be in possession of incriminating evidence. And indeed, he did put this statement on his page that he does have this evidence of criminality by government officials. They are further stating that Mr. Mohammed has instead chosen to leverage the information he claims he possesses to engage in veiled threats, which is not what the Guyanese people deserve, and that if he understands his responsibilities as a citizen and political leader, he should come clean. Well, this is getting messier by the moment, people. Now, isn't it interesting that VPAC is there chirping up in the background as usual, mimicking exactly this kind of sentiment? In fact, VPAC's leaders came out with exactly the same kind of cry, claiming that Azruddin Mohammed should step down from the opposition leader position based on the sanctions that are made against him. In case you missed that, take a listen.
Our developing story, there should now be a consensus on leader of the opposition. Azruddin Mohammed should step aside. That's the urging of the Vigilant Political Action Committee, VPAC's chairman, Doreen Bess. Here is more. Following incoming leader of the opposition's indictment in the United States on charges of wire and mail fraud and money laundering, Chairman of the Vigilant Political Action Committee, Doreen Bess, believes that Azruddin Mohammed should step aside to allow for a more unblemished leader of the opposition. The outspoken politician spoke with Nightly News exclusively on the issue.
There's an uphill challenge, the legal challenge that he has to face. I read that indictment, and I personally believe he should step aside and be a part, and cooperate and select someone else.
It is the urging of Bess that the combined opposition, especially those who were selected to represent their party in the National Assembly, should meet, nominate, and then vote for an opposition leader.
Who has the capacity to defend and to hold the current government accountable? This is not about personality or who has the most seat. It's about the collective coming together, which means Forward Guyana Movement, WIN, and the APNU, and deciding who they see fit. This is not an automatic, Azruddin Mohammed is the opposition leader. I'm not sure if that's your understanding of the...
The VPAC chairman maintains that the interest of the Guyanese electorate should not be taken for granted. Bess presented this scenario, which he believes further highlights his point.
What happens to Guyana if he jumps on a plane tomorrow and makes himself available to stand that trial and he's then remanded to prison? Who do we expect to act as the opposition leader?
The position of opposition leader should be taken seriously, Bess posited.
He's decided, well, I'm going to fight this extradition. Are we going to sit there and say, as a people, that's not a personal issue here. Our opposition leader is not a law-abiding citizen, doesn't want to face these accusations that he's been publicly saying has been, what's the word he used, weaponized by the PPP. If he feels he's innocent, I'm expecting him to go face what they call here the music.
The National Assembly comprises a total of 65. Following the 2025 general elections, the People's Progressive Party Civic increased its seats from 33 in 2020 to 36. The We Invest in Nationhood Party gained 16 seats, a Partnership for National Unity 12 seats, and the Forward Guyana Movement 1 seat. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Now, it is clear that Melly Mel knew what was about to go down. She always has ears, eyes, foot, everything on the ground. And, she'd been dropping little cryptic messages from the 10th of October, leading up to what was about to take place in Region 10. Now, Melly Mel has since come out and done a live, basically explaining all the corruption, everything that she knows and has under wraps, that she is just willing to pull out in terms of draw out the files in case she's challenged. She speaks of corruption when it comes to rigging of elections in 2020, among other serious allegations. Take a listen for yourself.
Here now, don't let RB come on this internet and put out no statement and tell y'all no lie about when want everything. Because first and foremost, RB, y'all in no position to negotiate nothing without your fucking 10 seats. Y'all in no position to negotiate nothing. When is a new party, right? When is a new party, right? And if y'all truly, right, wanted to at least hold on to these regional positions, then y'all would have to negotiate with Win. Y'all didn't reach out to Win because y'all still in y'all feelings that y'all get a fucking licking. The licking, what we tell y'all can get 2 years ago when you and your followers come on this internet and cuss me out. When we say, we say Aubrey Norton can't win no election, he's not going to win. Right? We tell you them all PNC, you come on this internet and y'all cuss me or y'all join the PV and y'all cuss me was a coalition for cuss me and Odessa. And you cuss me, fine. Y'all cuss me. Aubrey's the man for the job. You know where's Aubrey's legacy now? The person who destroy the PNC. He chase everybody. He cuss everybody. He ain't take no advice from nobody. Imagine the group here in the US. I forget what's the name of the group. That used to raise money and donate it to the PNC. He tell the people them he want it. Dismantle the group in New York, New Jersey. Dismantle the group. He want the group a part of the PNC no more. Mind you, that group has been that group has been around since 1980. How much or 90 something? Me already know the PNC history. I was never a PNC. Say the dates wrong, y'all excuse me tonight. Right? Me create or make the PNC. So me gotta get the dates right. Anyways, as I was saying, since how much years ago the group formed, Aubrey dismantled that group. Because you know what? They ain't agree with he. And what he suggests, he want to listen to nobody. He want no suggestion. Whatever he said is gold. He ain't listening to nobody. Dismantle the group. He want the group. Right? Mind you, this is the group. This is why they don't have no fucking money for campaign. This is the group is raise money, election time, for the PNC for years. Been raising millions of dollars for the PNC. Right? They've come and done. Now when there's a new party, right? Y'all is the old party, y'all know how. I don't know, I mean why you're not from none of y'all. Cause here like tell you something for the PNC. I know how your fucking business. So y'all could come for me. Any one of y'all with your platform could come for me. Cause then I can let the public know how much crook I is fucking crook in the PNC too. And you could come for me. So let me tell you this. When there's a new party, they didn't reach out to Win, you know. Odessa, as the general secretary of the party, agreed to meet up with Win. So Win agreed to meet up with the APNU. She reached out to them to negotiate with them. She said, man, let me decide who we can do when it comes to this seat, because y'all already see that the PUP controls the majority in parliament. The least we could work together to do is ensure that we control these local seats, these regional seats, the chairmanship, the mayor, We gotta try our best now to control this because you can't get the PPP everything. They done dominating parliament. You mean you want to come and dominate these local, the mayorship, the chairman, you want to come and dominate these regions as well too? You know, we agreed to meet. When we agreed to meet now, they say, where we want to meet. They say, well, they're talking back and forth, Win and them talking back and forth. Y'all want to meet at Win head office? He said, no, you want to meet at Win head office because Win head office is under surveillance all the time by the PPP. So you don't want to meet at Win head office. They said, fine, where would you like to meet? Congress place. They said, no man, let me meet a mutual place in between. Right? Odessa got Tabitha and Odessa got on the phone. They called Roysdale Ford. I call the names, coming at time. Me don't talk name. They call Roysdale Ford. They say, Roysdale Ford, man, since you was an APN, you PNC member, we heard that you got a place that, you know, is mutual and we can meet up at this place and so. They agree, Tabitha, Roysdale, and he agreed to meet at this place. She explained to Aubrey, this is, you know, we can ask Roysdale to meet at this place. And so Aubrey said, good. Before she even got off the phone with Tabitha, she forwarded the address to Aubrey. We're going to be meeting here. Aubrey said, fine, he can show up to this meeting, he can come and he can meet there. The day of the meeting now, 6 o'clock. The day at Roysdale Ford Place, Win waiting on Aubrey. Aubrey is a no-show. When Odessa text Aubrey, said, Aubrey, man, I thought we agreed to meet at this place at this time or wherever. Aubrey said, turn and holler, oh, I think she texts Roysdale. When, I can't remember who she texts. Anyway, whoever texts, the response that she got was, oh no, the meeting is at Congress Place. But Odessa said, we didn't agree to Congress Place. We agreed to this place and we are here sitting and waiting on Aubrey. Because this is what we agreed to. This is where we agreed to meet and have a discussion as to how we're going to, you know, work out these local seats and how we're going to think it. Aubrey said, turn and holler, he want to come and meet there. Mind you, is he APNU, he PNC member Roysdale Ford decided to the meeting at the place, you know, because it's a mutual place. And it's not no mutual place, because it's Roysdale Ford place. He's a PNC. What? Aubrey didn't show up. When we talked to Aubrey said, oh, the meeting is at PNC. We said, man, the meeting can't be at PNC because we agreed to this place. Anyhow, they're back and forth. Others say, no, man, if y'all want to meet, we change from here and meet to somewhere at the last minute, no problem. We could meet at, is it Harmonstein Lodge? Harmonstein Lodge. We could meet at Harmonstein Lodge. Aubrey said, oh, no, he can't meet there because, he got to meet somebody else. So I confused. If you had a meeting with these people, how all of a sudden you got to meet somebody else, but you can't move from your location to meet them somewhere else? He got to meet somewhere else. And here were his reason for not coming to the meeting, for not showing up at the location that they both agreed on. Oh, he got to think about his security. And in these buildings, they could be recording, and they could be this, and they could be damn. People could want to do things. Now, Aubrey, you own PNC, so you're trying to say Roysdale Ford want to kill you? Roysdale Ford going to record a conversation that is in the best interest of the PNC and the APNU? This is what you're trying to say? Oh, he want to show up this guy. Aubrey, nobody want to kill you. Aubrey, not a soul. You are very much irrelevant. You're irrelevant just like them 10 fucking seats you get. Nobody want to kill you. Even when you was opposition leader, Aubrey, nobody didn't want to do you nothing. And I promised myself I wasn't going to come on this phone and cause this man again, you know. But y'all like past people. You the Aubrey. And y'all over there in the PNC. Anyways, he got to think about his safety, and if somebody's going to record him and this and that, and the meeting never takes place. Never take place. The other set of talks that went on with other PNC members. They're still trying to negotiate how we can sort out these local seats, how we can sort out Linden, how we can sort out Region 8, how we can sort out Region 7. Now tell me to this. Oh man, Win got 7 seats in Region 8. AP and you got 1. Right? They want deputy. chairman with a one seat. Them with the one seat, you know, the one deputy chairman. When say, no what? We agree to give it to you. Right? The come now, the one negotiate 7 and 10. Odessa said, man, why would we be negotiating region 7 and 10 with y'all when rightfully so, the people voted for win and they won region 7 and region 10. There's no negotiating on those regions because win would have won those regions outright. And it's only fair if they won the region outright. Then the people then these people, whoever the people voted for, supposed to be representing them in that region. It's only fair that win represent them in that region. Anyways, that's all right, I agree to though. Even with that too, they come with another demands. They want GCOM, as it relates to GCOM scrutineers and these things and so. Mind you, when it comes to those positions, it's only the opposition party are on control of that. But even though Wayne is in control of that, Odessa agree again and say, Aubrey, that is fine. We ain't got a problem. We are going to share this with you. We can share these seats. We can share the GCOM scrutineers, whatever body. We can share with you. We are even willing to give Amanza, if she wants, on one of the committees in Linden, we agree to give her a position there as well too. Right? They come back. When they don't agree to this, come back now, they want something more. Oh, they want deputy of Linden. The one deputy, wherever of Linden. So that's just a man. After we done get all of this, right? We agree for 7. We agree for give y'all DD, whatever chairs for GCOM or whatever. We get how much seats. We agree to give y'all so much seats or whatever so that whoever's in the PNC and the APNU could still get jobs and be paid and them thing. And we only do that because, let me tell you, this on the PNC. They only agree to, and Odessa only agreed to do that because of Chanel and Shamodo. Right? They agreed to do that. They come back now again. The one deputy of Linden come back with another fucking negotiate. Now tell me, why must we negotiate Linden with y'all when the people outright win Linden and Region 7? They ain't no negotiating for the kind of winning. This the people's choice. That's what they wanted. And because them ain't get though, they decided that they can side with the PPP. So Arby, don't come out here and make yourself a cunt and lie. They said, because we have the text messages. When you holler, when within the negotiation with the PNC, when y'all say, let the chips fall where they may. We have it in text message. So don't come out here and lie to nobody. Don't tell nobody else from the PPP, from the PNC, nothing else. Because I was on the phone, on another phone too, where the negotiations was going on. So stop lying, Arby. Don't come out here and talk scunt. Y'all decided to vote with the PPP. So tell me this. Imagine me voting with my oppressors to oppress me more. So, and they are keep on, oh, people get too much of power right now. People get too much of power, but you are still going to vote with them and give them more power? They get too much of power and they still get more power. That's why they protect Region 4. And that is why, after y'all betrayal in Region 8 and 10, because y'all went on, that is why when they didn't vote in Region 4, they left the blank votes. They did not vote. And they're right. Because y'all are sparse people. So don't come out and tell nobody, but when voted people. When did not. They didn't vote at all. Because they are too wicked. So because when boss, here's the bottom line. Aubrey shame like a dog. Here, like I said, his legacy will be the man who destroyed the PNC. Aubrey, that is your legacy. That is it. That is what it will be. You can't change it. The man who destroyed the PNC, I don't care how much you run from it, you can't change it. What you need to do is get out the party and left Terrence Campbell and the rest of them for make decisions on behalf of the party. Because you with your 10 seat and your fucking ego and your big suit and your shine head, your ill-informed self, still think that you get rights to negotiate anything out here. Leave the party, hand over the party to new leadership, and let people who are willing to work for the people negotiate and make these decisions. So y'all tired, but it's not all. Imagine when Region 10, they want to bully the people into the seats. Bully them. And that is why they voted with the PPP. You understand? And that is why you vote with the PPP. And yes, Aubrey and all y'all, I see enough of them this coming that I want to cause Granger. Hello. I did go for fucking rig the election in 2020. I said so because I have the original SOP. I could come out and say, no, I release it. I am mother's cunt. Y'all did go to rig the elections. That is it. And y'all, here now, they did go to rig the election. I see some of y'all in the PPs they're costing Granger. Granger go for rig no fucking. So y'all must stop cost Granger. But I'm going to wait until I see some of y'all from the PP. The man, they know nothing was going on. They had the man convinced that the APNU win the election and PPP trying to rig it or trying to do whatever. Because remember, Ray just not a man that used to be out there. He wasn't at the polling station. So he would just walk around and he trusts what they were saying. They tried to rig the 2020 election. When the man find out what they were trying to do, the man said, you know what? He can't do this. All of them hustling to tell the man, come we swear you in. Come we swear you in before the recount. Come we swear you in before the recount. Come and all him swear you, come we swear you in. The man said if he win the election, he want no swearing in. Because if the people vote for the people, then let them get the government that they deserve. The man says he's not doing it. And that is why PNC and APN, you tell people the real reason why I am vexed with fucking Granger. Because the man refused to swear in for election that y'all tried to freaking rig. That is the truth. And I have the original SOPs. When are you ready for come out here and say otherwise? Let the people know the truth. And y'all still out here, but are you coming for negotiate this and that with your 10 seats? Y'all real unreasonable. After this will agree to give y'all all of this. After this will agree to give y'all all of this. Y'all still wanted more with 10 seats in region that the people would have won outright. Tell me how that is fair. Tell me how that is fair. So don't come out and put out no statement and lie, but Win wanted it all. Y'all want things that y'all ain't even in no position to negotiate for. So you know I would do now if I was Win? Because I petty like though. Y'all would have really got to be, y'all really got to be the fucking PP puppet now. Because I know what I doing if I just Win. Every single thing that I could vote y'all out and block y'all from, y'all are getting black. Since y'all want to be the PPP, go and be a coalition with the PPP. Because y'all ain't care about the people. If y'all could decide to vote with a party that oppressing people all these years that y'all is fighting against, if y'all could agree to vote with a party like that, then y'all have no interest in the people that they support y'all. And the people that has come out and vote for y'all. Y'all have no care in the world for them. None. You understand? You understand? None. None. Y'all have no care for the world. If y'all would rather vote with the PPP than come together and work together to at least hold on to the region for the sake of the people that trusted y'all and voted for y'all and still believe in y'all, then y'all ain't care about nobody else. All y'all care about is power and about getting in there and about being chairman of this and the position. Y'all don't care about nobody else. So don't come on this internet and lie to nobody. And that is it.
So after Aubrey Norton came out and made that statement, I decided to go and take a little look on the things that Aubrey Norton said about the PPP prior to the elections. Boy, I tell you, these people, them are some two-mouth cutlass. These politicians cannot be trusted, not for 1 second. Take a listen to this quick clip.
This government believes in optics. They turn up here, if I could take a picture and smile, but you can't do nothing more than that. I thought they should have nicknamed me Smiley. I never see a man who believes optics is reality. He smile all day, shake on all day, but has nothing up here. We need people that have the ability to govern this country. And we are saying to you that we have the ability to govern this country. And come September 1st, put your X next to the palm and let us see the back of the People's Progressive Party.
Wow, quite a lot of deception going on here. And, when I saw this article, it became clear to me exactly why it is that they were working against the Win Party, because it was always stated that he was shocked at the defeat to Win when it came to Region 4. He's saying that, the party had seen in Region 4 something very implausible, that they would drop from 120,000 plus votes to 40 something thousand. So they are carrying feelings against Win when it comes to losing Region 4. He also said that when it came to Region 10, that Apnu felt that they had complete domination. They could not understand how they lost that region. So them a carry feelings, and they would have done anything to get Win out of the way because they would rather power than principle. What an absolute disgrace. So Odessa Primus came out and she had quite a lot to say in defense of the Win Party and what had taken place. She's clarifying some of the lies and some of the statements that are being made by Apnu, and she's making it clear that indeed she was the one who reached out for a meeting with Apnu in order for them to build a partnership so that they could stand together and defend the people of Guyana, put the people's interest first when dealing with the PPP. Take a listen to the key points that were raised. It was quite a long interview, but I have pulled out the most significant things for your listening ear.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. First of all, I want to start by saying that I want to start in a different place and then get to this place, if that's okay. There has been a lot that was peddled on social media, which I plan to address as much as I possibly can on this forum and other forums, because it needs to be made very clear, with PNC members spewing a lot of lies, a series of lies, starting with the fact that we would have broken up or destroyed the legacy of Burnham. I believe that until the PNC can come to the place to accept that they have been a successful failure, that they would not be able to to change their current position, because unless you start from the place of accepting that we would have failed, we would have erred, we would have wronged our people, I don't see the party going anywhere. So if you are going to refer to anybody as failing the PNC, I'd suggest you start with the leadership of the PNC, and not attack people like myself and Tabitha and Natasha and Don and so on, who had somewhat of a relationship in some case. Well, in the case of the three of them, held positions in the party. I, for one, do not believe that you're born at this and die at that. As it relates to us and them, they are in this equation the more experienced political party, having been in existence for 60 plus years. And as such, one would expect that based on the fact that they have a wealth of experience, that they would have reached out to us, the newcomers, to say, you know what, let us sit down and discuss the way forward, because in order for us to move forward as a people, we have to be able to come to certain agreements, because the nation depends on it. Because the people who supported us, the people who supported the PNC, they are all anti-government people. They're all anti-PPP people. And that is why they would have gone to either or parties as well as Forward Guyana. And so for all of us on that side of the coin, what we have in common is, I don't know if enemy is a strong word, but we have a common enemy. And so as such, if we are going to move forward against a government that has financial wealth as well as experience and wicked deeds on their side, then even though we are going to be representing our people individually, they are positions on which we must work on together.
Yeah.
And so, having that in mind, I am the person who reached out to the PNC. The PNC did not reach out to us.
Correct.
So, for to even put out a statement by the leader who I deem the most layered person across there, to put out a statement to say that Win wants it all could never be correct. Because if we wanted it all, we would not have been the one reaching out with you to negotiate in the best interest of the people. And I reached out to Aubrey because while Terence is there, based on the information that was put out in the public, to me, Terence is in charge of the parliamentary aspect of things, while Aubrey still governs the party as a whole. So I reached out to Aubrey. One of the things in Aubrey's first call with me that he said, we would like to negotiate these 4 regions, right? I said, and what might those 4 regions be? He said, Region 7, Region 4, Region 10, and Region 8. I said to him, Aubrey, there is no need to negotiate for Region 7
Yeah.
because we outright won that region.
Correct.
And whether or not you support us or any other party supports us, if we vote for ourselves, we will
We
win.
have the majority. Yeah.
For those people who are looking at the live, I would like to give some clarity to that discussion numerically. So in Region 7, in terms of seating for that region, we have 8 seats in that region. PVP has 5 seats in that region, AFC 1 and PNC 1. Right? So it's PNC 5, AFC 1, PPP APNU 1, and Win 8.
Yes.
Right? So if you look at the 8, even if you add the other parties, if you add PNC, AFC, and
PPP.
APNU, you will still get 7 seats.
Yeah.
Right? So if we outright voted for ourselves, it therefore means that we would win both the vice chair as well as the chairmanship in that region. And he also said Region 10. I said to him, Aubrey, well, you know, PNC always got an issue with numbers. I said to him also, while a similar yet different numerical representation is in Region 10, where in Region 10, Win won 9 seats, PNC got 5 seats, Forward Guyana got 1 seat, and PPP got 3 seats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, unless the 3 of them come together, there is no way we could have a tie in the region, right? Because Win has 9 seats. So Win has the combined grouping in terms of numbers of seats. So the only how any other party could win in that region is to have a collaboration with both Forward Guyana and PPP.
Correct.
So it therefore means, based on what we see in that region, that the people in that region prefers to have Win manage the affairs of the region.
Agreed.
Because if you look at it, in an individual against the number in APNU, it therefore means that most double times the amount of the people say we don't want PNC, we had enough of them, we sick of them.
Yes.
That is what that number says.
Correct.
Right? So I said that I don't foresee there is a need to. The people in Region 10, I had a discussion with them because in all these discussions with Aubrey, I have said that even though I can say certain things to you, I still have to go back to the party to hear what they have to say. The people in Region 10 prefer to not go through making an arrangement, and I share that with them because at the end of the day, it's not what Odessa Primus want or what the Mohammeds want. And to add clarity to a statement that I've seen publicly coming out of someone from the PNC, at no point did any of these negotiations take place between any member of the Mohammed's family or the Mohammeds and the PNC. So that engagement has never happened. I am the person that was speaking with these people. Any arrangements was being had between me and a meeting that was supposed to happen that never happened, that we will get to later on in the discussion. Now, those, when I said that to Aubrey agreed. Now, if we were to move to Region 8, in Region 8, let me give you the seating arrangement so you can get some idea as to what that looks like. PPP got 7 seats, WIN got 7 seats, and PNC has one seat in that region. Now, in that region, it therefore means that in order for any one of us, well, there are two ways, but the way that we were looking at is that the PNC will give us their vote for the chairmanship. And I, in turn, asked what they would like to have. Perhaps if they would want to be on one of the commissions or those sorts of things, like to govern one of those things, or, you know, like what are you guys looking for? Aubrey said we would like to have the vice chair in that region. Remember, I'm speaking to Aubrey in my individual capacity, but on behalf of the party. So I am saying my personal views to you now, because I have to go back to the party, as I would have shared with him, to hear what is the party's stance in these matters. I said, Aubrey, let me tell you how I feel about this. 771 says the people in Region 8 don't want you. Right? It is either us or the PVP that they feel more comfortable with governing them. So you're going to give us the chair. What do you want? He said vice chair. I said, well, the truth is, it's not my heart's desire to say yes to that, because clearly I am here to represent the will of the people. But if that is the grounds on which we are going to negotiate, if that is what you have on the table and that is what you want, I would be inclined to agree, even though it's not what I would prefer to do. But I will share that with the party. I did share it with the party. The party felt the very same way I felt. However, the majority ruled, and the majority said, let's give them the vice chair. I then reached out back. I said, Aubrey, I spoke with these people. They said, give you all the vice chair. We take the chair. Right? No problem, agreed. Let's move on. Now, in Region 4, I got a call today from 4 different members of the PNC saying that we wanted the chairmanship in Region 4. Now that is a lie from the pit of hell. And I don't know if Aubrey has a mill over there that manufactures lies, but at no point did we ever say we would like to have the chairmanship in Region 4. No point.
Correct.
That was never on the table. It was never said by us. It was never said by them. It was never said by anybody. We said we will give y'all the chair. Y'all can get the
vice chair.
We can get the vice chair. Now, in Region 4, however, it's a little peculiar situation where it's not up to us and APNU alone. Because Forward Guyana has a seat there that we also need in order to get more votes than the PVP in that region. Now, this conversation wasn't had with Aubrey, so let me clarify this part of it. I said, what are we going to give to Forward Guyana for their seat? For their vote, sorry. I was told that Forward Guyana would like to have the public works, right? I said, even without consulting the party, that I do not foresee the party having any problems giving. I said I do not foresee the party. Okay, I do not foresee the party having a problem giving public works to Forward Guyana. So I could safely say, go ahead and make the arrangements with Forward Guyana, so that you guys can have the chairmanship and as the vice, and we will give them that. In fact, I further added that in Region 10, because Apostle is Region 10, you have and that is Apostle Nigel London, who is part of Fort Guyana. So I was saying, and I said to our people in Region 10, do not make any concrete decisions as it relates to these different commissions and whatever else that they have up there that you can offer, just in case Forward Guyana feel as though a lot of people with their strengths might be over there in that region, and they want to give them an opportunity to serve on one of these well, not boards but commissions and so on. And I share that as well. So to see a statement coming out of the PNC that says that we wanted everything, it is pure wickedness.
Yeah.
Is that they wanted to know, as it relates to the GCOM placements and so on that you have for scrutineers, deputy scrutineers, assistant scrutineers, and so on, if we're going to give them any of those, because that is automatic to us. I said that in all fairness, I don't see why we would have a problem giving y'all a few of these. But I cannot definitively say we can give you a 5, 10, or 100. I will have to speak to the party to hear what their position is, because I don't have a problem with this, right? And I was told, okay, they're willing to have discussions as relate to Parliament and so on. I said, well, I did reach out to Aubrey as it relates to Parliament and having discussions, because obviously if we're going in there as a opposition to serve our people, we want to ensure that we serve people to the best of our ability. While I may not be part of the PNC, at the end of the day, if we're saying that we have a common goal, which is to ensure the people are taken care of, because the PPP is very vindictive and one-sided and not looking after everybody, and as much as they out here jumping up and down, shouting one Guyana, in a very divided nation that they themselves have played a significant role in dividing. Let us look at, where people are going to be placed, who's going to shadow where, what we're going to, agree to do, and so on, in the best interest of the people. But at the end of the day, if we're not prepared and willing to give them the vice chairmanship in Region 10, then all of the deal is off of the table. There's no negotiation, no nothing. One of the things that was said to me before the end of that meeting is that if we're unable to come to an agreement, that the PNC is in a position where they're ready and prepared to negotiate with the PPP.
Wow.
That was said
That
to
is a
me in
conversation
plain
with who?
words. Terence, on the likeness of Azadin Mohammed. The party is not a person. The party, we have moved from an Azadin Mohammed to a Tabitha, to a Kalyan, to a Natasha, to a Vishnu Pandey, to all the people over there in Borbis and Bartika. This is not about an individual anymore. So don't you try to make me feel as though I have to do something. We're here talking about something. Let us speak as civilized people. Don't try to pressure me into anything. More importantly, in that meeting, I said if the PNC, and I want to go on record saying that Odessa Primus said that if the PNC went against us and made a deal with the PPP, that I will ensure that they remember that for as long as possible. I will make a mess out here, because y'all is past me. But tell me that if we can't come to an agreement, you never say, you know what, if we agree, we can stand down. You can go and make a deal with the PPP, and one that is stupid at that, where you would have lost in the region that has the largest voting population. I mean, how stupid is that? We would have seen the PNC putting out a number of things about Adriana's death. About there's always this picture with this woman covered in mud and mucker and tears because of the demolition of the structure there. And you talk about lives or in Boston and all those people who would have died. And make it appear as though the PVP is such an enemy, and they are. Don't get me wrong, they are. They are everything that the PNC say they are. They're that and some. But you could imagine coming to the place to say, I'm going to go with these people who have done so much to our people just so that we can get a position. Because this is not about party and the will of the people anymore. This is about ensuring that you get a position in some place. And so that one person even said to me after these discussions were had and the elections were over, you know, the PNC has always been in charge of Region 10 and they just want to ensure they have a seat in there and so on. First of all, what the PNC needed to ensure is that they did the work for the people in Region 10.
Yeah.
I noticed a video came out today. I think it was from Terence that said, you know, when you name your children something and they don't. Anyways, what he was saying basically is that we were pompous enough to name the party win, but we couldn't win. But I would like to clarify for my good friend Terence that Win came into this equation with 0 seats, with 0 base, with 0 everything. So we started fresh. So if at the end of these elections we got 10 votes, we still win. We won 10 votes because we started with nothing.
Exactly.
However, if we are going to decide on a name for something based on the way you perform, then the PNC should name themselves losers. I hear that you're making deals with Irfan. Eh? You and the whole pack of you sit down and say, you know what, they don't want to give us this. And so we want to know if we vote for y'all in Region 8. You could imagine that the party will get 1 seat in Region 8, right? Vote with the PVP, made an agreement. Don't say you make an agreement. You need to stop lying to people. This is why you see, I never really wanted to be a part of frontline politics because these banners is lie. And I can sit down there and I can need to stick my hand up and say, sorry, I'm part of this party, but I will not be part of this foolishness. You understand me?
Yeah.
Now, the PPP then turn around and vote for the PNC and give them the deputy chair.
Exactly.
Yeah, make no deal. It just happened to happen like that.
Yeah.
And we see that about to happen in Region 10, where the people wanted one thing, and between the PNC and the PPP, they decided, you know what, we're not going to give them what they want, we're going to give them this. And that is sad and it is wholly unfortunate. And these are the people who sit down and they knock glass and they said, this is what we're going to do. And that, by no stretch of the imagination, signals Win's intent to not fight for the people and for the will of the people to be had. Because at the end of the day, we are here to serve. We're here to serve the people, and we are here also to fight for the people, to ensure that when the day comes to an end, what is reflected here in this country is what the people need. It is what the people have been crying for. It's what the PNC decided to do with the PPP is solely wickedness. And as far as I'm concerned, that should go in the category of unforgivable sins.
Solid points there made by Odessa Primus and the Win team. It is a shame that, democracy is not being respected and heralded by the leading party, the PPP, nor by Apnu. If the people of Guyana had voted that in Region 10 Win should lead, that is how it should have gone down. It is going to continue, no doubt, to create further discourse and controversy as, people become more and more vocal from their respective parties about the situation. However, what is significant to me is that it is clear that Win Party, being the youngest, has really created such an impact across the nation of Guyana. Despite being only 3 months old, they really came and they conquered, because to sit as an opposition party so quickly is indeed commendable. So, the threat that is being placed in the optics because of this is showing they have to be tactical, they have to be strategic, they have to do backhand deals against the will of the people to maintain power. Power and control is the ultimate thing in this story. Anyway, we will continue to observe and to note the significant developments. If you've made it this far into this video, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And don't forget to click that bell so when I drop a video, you get notified. Big up your nice, clean self. This is your girl, Head Teacher K, and I'm out.